Everybody, Vampire Lord 1024 here, and welcome to my favorite chimeras in Mother 3. Well, actually, it's a top 10 video. So, what I'm going to do is list 10 random chimeras that I have fought while playing Mother 3. So, why not? Let's just go ahead and go with the Mutt Shroom. It's a chimera with a rainbow mushroom on its head. In rare cases, its own spores will make it feel strange. It's basically a dog that has a rainbow mushroom on its head, and its tail somehow is now a mushroom. I have no idea. I don't know, really. Um, so, yeah, I mean, it's kind of a weak enemy, so uh, just a fair warning, I'm going to be pausing the game a lot, because that's the way I'm able to do this. So, that was number 10. I'll be right back with number 9. All right, number 9 is the reconstructed mole. It says he's had trouble eating worms ever since both of his hands were converted into power drills, I would assume. Also, his legs have been converted into robotic legs. He has some kind of thing poking out of his back. I don't know what that really is. It's like a little line. Um, a remote, maybe. Heck, even part of his face where his eyes are is reconstructed. But yeah, I mean, he kind of looks to be up to no good, to be honest. It's a kind of a cool design to a mole, because moles usually dig, so it makes sense that he'd be equipped with power drills. All right, let's move on to number 8, shall we? All right, number 8 is the wound up roadhog, a boar rigged up with a spring and not the water kind. I really don't know what that even means, but basically it's a boar um, that has a wind-up key lodged into his the top part of his head. Actually, he has two yellow and red wheels attached to where his legs are. Although I don't really know how this is possible because it's a four-legged animal, unless the wheels are big enough where both, where its legs are supposed to be. Like the wheels are big enough. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, let's go on to number 7. This is kind of weird. Trying to explain that. All right, number 7 is a reconstructed lion. As a lion, its bite and roar are expected. The coiling and the fire breathing thing, not so much. So basically, it's a lion's head with several robotic arms. Now, for those of you that don't know, and I know I haven't shared it with the other previous ones, but there's a backside to this. Like, you can fight the enemies if you sneak up on them. So I don't know if this thing is like jet propelled in the air or if it walks on its legs or whatever, but anyways, let's move on to number 6. Right? Number 6? I think so. Yeah. All right. Number 6 is the Rhinoceros Rocket Mark II. This creature was combined with a leftover rocket from a failed science program. So basically, it's a purple rhino's head jammed onto a rocket. Now, this thing has a weaker form, just called a Rhinoceros Rocket Mark I. I believe that's what the enemy name is. I mean, this is kind of interesting. It's a rhino, like I said, head on a rocket. Kind of scary if you think about it. I mean, rhinos tend to charge in real life, but just think of what that thing would be capable of if it was real. All right, let's go to number 5. All right, number 5 is a chili dog. No, not the type of food that Sonic and Tails like to eat. It is an actual dog that is kind of frozen over somehow. It says a cold-blooded mammal that prides itself in its frozen solid tail, capable of hammering nails. Yes, I do talk fast a lot because I want to make sure these videos get done quick. Moving on to number 4. shall we? Alright, number 4 is the whatever. It's a chimera that was thrown together with whatever was handy. Some say it turned out better that way. It's legitimately like a little mammal with two little robotic legs. Basically, it's the head of a mammal, and then it has a little case where its brain is sitting in. Alright, so I mean, this thing is just it's funny. It's legitimately just funny to look at, really, and it's kind of a weak enemy. But anyways, let's go to number 3, shall we? All right, so I'm gonna include the squawking boomstick, a strange sparrow stick combination that also seems to have a bomb planted inside it. So it's basically a sparrow head with the stick jammed up inside of it, and it has a lit fuse on its head, and doesn't really look too happy. Now, of course, there's a weaker version of this enemy, um, you know. So let's go on to number 2, shall we? The list is almost over, by the way. All right, so number 2 is the cattle snake. Even the creators of this creature are too afraid to approach it. Stay out of its way for your own good. It's basically a cow snake hybrid. It has a tail of a snake. It has some green rings in the middle part, and its head is this of a its neck is a snake and its head is a cow. It looks kind of friendly, but hey, you're hearing it from me first. I wouldn't even touch that thing. No way. Snakes are cool, cows are cool, but no thanks. So before I get to number 1, I want to do this honorable mentions stuff. So I'll pick out a few that are cool, and then we'll go to number 1 after that, shall we? All right, so honorable mentions include pig tunia. It's basically a plant with 3 pigs' heads. It says this piggy plant snorts and blooms from spring to fall. It disperses pollen that causes watery eyes. Why not the dogfish? Because it has the head of a dog, body of a fish, and the legs of a chicken. Startling when suddenly jumps out of the lake. Its talent include underwater skit and underwater shake. We also got the Australophant. It basically has the head, legs, and tail of an ostrich, but the head of an elephant as the body. Is the long part of its trunk, or its neck? How does it bathe itself? An utterly mysterious chimera. It's actually really true. I think that's about it. Let's go to number 1, shall we? Yeah. And my favorite chimera in Mother 3 goes to the horse Antula. It's basically a horse head with light dark purple hair resting on top of a spider's head, light purplish spider's head, and it has 6 horse legs for legs, obviously. I don't think it has a tail, but I don't know. It says a drop kick from one of its 8 legs is intense. Its third leg from the right is World Cup class. So that was my top 10 favorite chimeras in Mother 3. I hope you all enjoyed this. Whatnot. I figured since it's October, obviously I'm going to do something like this because these creatures are really weird. Kind of creepy. I really don't think I would want to meet any of these chimeras in real life, especially not the horse Antula. Now, I could have included the almost mecha lion because it's technically a chimera since it's an actual animal fused with, like robotics. I could have also included the steel mechabrilla, possibly. The Pyrefly. I also could have included New Facade and also the